but they haven't been scoring. But yesterday they got it right and they came to the party and they won and top 4.
Legendary, I've once spoke about Rentals. It's a shadow team. They do their things behind the scenes. But if you see on the log, you see results of what they're doing. They're just quiet, but they'll be gaining. You get it. Now they're in top 4.
Right, as Chief, sorry to butt in, as we see the arrivals. Yes, that's the home side. That's Dynamo Dimbare, established back in 1963. And listen, if the truth be told, a pale shadow of the team, the great team that was there 63. And in the years, there was names like Freddie Mukwesha, Josiah Kende, and the current board chairman, Bernard Magitari, Mariot Lusengo, and then in the 70s, likes of Shaya Kateya, in the 80s, Moses Chunga, his brother, Kembo, Gift Getom Pariwa, and I'm not demeaning any of these names here on the jerseys, but Chief, I mean, you know the names I'm talking about, and you're looking at this, Don't laugh, Jemba, don't laugh. What did I say to make you laugh?
But you know what? You actually took the words out of my mouth. I was looking at the boys coming in,
the name,
and I couldn't even pick up even one player.
Who's that? Who's that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you talk about Dynamos, it's always these big names.
Yeah.
You always want to associate them with the best in the league, and it's that state that we find. Where we find Dynamos in, that's not a good stat. I mean, when you talk of Dynamos, same applies to Caps United and Highlanders. You'd always want them to be in the mix, and them you saw those. Well, I'll confirm for a fact. I've seen the Gwekure young man playing. He's really good, but I'm not pretty sure if that's if
Jemba,
he's there
as
yet.
we see. Let me just butt in as we see. The other side, the green half of the capital. Yes, we're talking about Dimbare and this Caps United as well. You cannot, you'd think of that Caps of Sheki Tauro. Oh yes, I think they're enjoying everything here. Sheki Tauro, Joel Jubilee, Shambo, Stanford Six Muntizwa, Stanley Sinyon, Dunduma, and later on Joel, Joe Mugabe, Kode from Mavuku the late, and so on. And some of these names, just like Dimbare, so Chief Justice, the same as well. A lot has been taken away.
Yeah, if you look, is the status of the clubs. Before players, they make names from smaller clubs, then they come into Dynamos. Everybody knows them. And now you find new players, they started Dynamos. they actually started Dynamos.
Chief, you're really being cruel there, Chief.
I know, it took me long. I played 5 seasons for Lancashire. I couldn't break into Dynamos.
To Dimbare.
Yeah, but even from the beginning, we knew about Dynamos. I needed to play for Dynamos, but I had to play 5 seasons there
before coming to
Dynamos. And when I go to Dynamos, at least a lot of people would know who is this, where is he coming
Of course,
from?
I mean, you would know that's Chief Justice Majavi, but that's Edward Duduza Sadomba.
Exactly. Edward played also Harare. He went to South Africa. When he came in, people knew he played very well for Division 1 side, United. And now you see most players are starting at bigger clubs. The stage is too high.
The new players, even at 17, 18, already in the first team of Dimbare of Caps United. They don't know you, but they're already. So many things have changed.
And you find these players, they play 1 season there, Dynamos. In about 2 months, 3 months. During the break, you find him is playing for another club. People don't even see him anymore. So now it's difficult for these big clubs.
Okay, okay, Chief. Difficult for these big clubs. But I did tell you the 2 new head coaches. It's never happened before. We've got 2 new head coaches, Matsibaba Solcha Minuka and Kabanana Ian Bakala. So what do they think about today's Harare derby? We first talked to the home team's head coach, Matsibaba Sol Chaminuka. Take a listen. Our apologies there for the lack of that audio coming from Matibaba Sol Chaminuka. We will get back to that to find out what he thinks is his first game for Dimbare. He never played for Dimbare. You would, if you didn't know. He made his name at Waruma. That was Black Mambas. Was one of the prominent players, actually, with the likes of Rizendawa, Gilbert Garwe Kapuka, and goalkeeper Marvelous Munemo. That was Black Mambas. They did very, very well, but they never won the league championship. So Solskjaer Minuka getting his first glimpse of the hot seat at Dynamo Dimbare. It's the big three of Zimbabwe football: Dynamos, Highlanders, Caps United. There's no argument about that, is there? But I don't know. Some people are now arguing, CNN, you keep saying the big three. What's the city big three? That's what they say. I don't want to start another debate, We'll leave it at that. But Highlanders, they lost yesterday to Kawiyaka Turuturu. ZPC Kariba, another team that has been doing business quietly and just moving up slowly, like a rentals, just moving slowly up the log there. So we're just waiting to link up again with Solskjaer Minuka, and then later on with Kabanana Ian Bakala. But just getting back to you, Chief Justice, on what you were saying about Dimbare and Makepekepe.
It's the development is quite a missing thing. Mm-hmm. All these clubs now, they are recruiting players directly from wherever they are, be it they're young, they have got no experience. They bring them to big occasions. When you play for these teams, you should start from somewhere, I think, and you must be seen in this league playing for other teams. Do very well, win something with the clubs, small clubs, be the top, and you get a chance to play for these clubs. So now they look more like similar to any other club. Mm. If you look at them, you can't even differentiate. Are these players coming? Are these players for Dynamos? Are these players for whichever club you get it? So it's quite difficult. That's why we see these performances, and also the zeal for the fans. They just come. They spend the whole season. They don't know players. Mostly I give you examples. If someone has to say, even Jemba, to ask him to do the first 11 for Dynamos, he cannot.
He was trying to make out as the Dynamos players were coming through there.
Yeah, he cannot. So sometimes you end up hearing people asking, who's that wearing number 17? Who's that wearing number 10? Who's that wearing? All this. It shouldn't happen. But people should be excited when they are going to these games. They know the players. We've got some players. We've got this one. He did very well in some place. Actually, the best player there, like for Dynamos, is Jalai. Yeah, he's coming from Essex. Mm-hmm. Imagine if Essex was playing all along, was playing in the Premier League, the name could be doubling. But right now, he's done so well, and he's commanding for the national team. What about the rest? It's quite difficult. Unlike also when before Dynamos had the Kidsnet. It was well known. You could say for the first 11. You could say, then the other players started coming in. There were so many players, very good one, coming in from different clubs.
Well, we got the Caps United supporters. They're really feeling confident. Jemba, if you talk of confidence, Jemba, would you say Caps United are more confident, or the other way around? What's your take?
Well, I would agree with Jeff. I think Caps United has been playing pretty well. Even if you look at their squad, like
they are again, Jemba,
exactly.
They are very, in a jovial mood, aren't they?
Quite jovial, and I would also then comment on their replicas. We have seen them trying to do the business. It's only the results that somehow we're not doing well. But you see that it's quite deliberate. What they're trying to do is you can actually see, if you look at their squad, they've got a couple of foreign players that have came in, and it's quite a solid club, and it's only goals that we're not coming in, and let's hope that the tables would turn. But in terms of comparative, you'd think Caps is more confident coming into this.
Right, more confident, so says Jemba. We will have to wait and find out, but whenever these two meet, especially when they wear those colorful names and colorful big stars. It was always, you wouldn't know. Form was thrown out. The form book was thrown out of the window. You wouldn't know. I mean, Chief Justice will tell you. They will tell you as well if they watched Chief Justice Majavi, Edward Duduza Sadomba and company. And for Caps United, there was Shaki Nyasha Mushekwi. He's one, for me, one of the finest ever strikers produced in this country. Nyasha Mushekwi used to star for Makepe Kepe, the green and white flags being waved from side to side there as they anticipate victory. So what I want to do is get the predictions early from Jemba and Chief Justice. Because we know what Chief Justice is going to say. We are going to start with Jemba. Jemba, your prediction.
Well, I don't see, Dynamos hasn't been scoring this much. And Caps has been fairly scoring. So I would think Caps would go to, would definitely score 2.
Okay, they'll score 2.
Yeah, they'll score 2 and win it.
Could we say then 2-0? I want to bog you down on the scoreline.
Well, 2-0.
2-0 for
Caps United's favor.
You should have seen Chief Justice's face when Jemba said 2-0 for Iwe. You should have seen his face. But our camera was on Jemba, you see, so you didn't see as the players just warming up. But so we'll go to Chief Justice prediction as we see Dynamo Dimbare warming up there.
It's I know the derby. Dynamos is pushed by the fans. I don't know how the players are going to react when there are less fans, especially this game, this type of a game.
We don't know if the fans have really come.
Yeah, we don't know, but I see a small crowd for Caps United, which is an advantage for Caps because they are occupying their city end very well. It's normal like that. But the rest of the ground for Dynamos is very poor. But if the boys are not really motivated on their own, maybe it's another thing, of course. But to see now, they've got a fitness trainer from Caps United.
Yeah, to learn.
He just crossed from Caps United to Dynamos. So maybe it can be a booster as well. I don't know, maybe. But
this is, I'm sure we'll get those pictures again of the Vietnam. Oh, yeah, there they are. Wow. Talk of genius, eh? Our crew, genius. All right. This is not Dimbare and Makepe Kepe. Surely it's not. Because if somebody is driving or right. Okay. Right. We got the coaches now. Let's hear what. All right, but we are going straight now to the Zimbabwe national anthem.
Africa yeZimbabwe kayibuyiswe ilizwe leZimbabwe. God bless our country, and it's a welcome to you all to Rufaro Stadium. Is the Harare Derby this afternoon. Cape United and Dynamos locking horns. Well, should I say Dynamos versus Cape United, simply because Dynamos are the home team today and Cape United the away team, and that is why they are wearing the white strip, and Dynamos in their traditional blue, and they are certainly actually made so many changes. We'll tell you about those in a moment or two as we look through the lineups there. The referee for the afternoon is Owen Manenda, man in charge, being assisted by Tafado Ankala and Francis Zimunya on the far side. Then there is Ronald Chinyani, who is going to be the fourth match official. And you see the two respective captains, Phineas Bamusi in white and Emmanuel Jalai, the Dynamos captain, just breaking off there after a pause for the pictures with the match officials. And then the man in charge of the referees this afternoon is Tapfumani Mtengwa, who is the match commissioner. Well, the crowd, I wouldn't say it matches up to the Dynamo standards. My match analyst this afternoon is Joseph Nkani. Joseph, looking at the crowd, it looks like the boycott from Dynamo's side continues.
Yes, Stanley, indeed. We're expecting a bigger crowd than we are seeing this afternoon. And of course, there's been mixed signals coming in from the blue half of the city, the Dynamos family, where there were calls to boycott this particular fixture as an expression of their displeasure in the way the Glamour Boys, or rather the former Glamour Boys, have been doing their business, not only this season but in the last few seasons. So definitely, a subdued crowd that we have here, Stanley.
Yes, indeed, a subdued crowd, and we know that Dimbare can do a lot better than this, especially if they're the home team, because they do command a large following in the capital city of Harare. Laughter Chilembe has taken over at Cape United after Lloyd Chitembe was promoted upstairs, and Chilembe is of course a Cape United son, played for Cape United, and he certainly made a big name for himself playing for the team in green. And we see it's Bakala, my apologies there, it's Ian Bakala, and then we've got the Cape United team there in a group huddle just to make sure that everybody understands what is needed, with the captain in the center. Bamusi, Dynamos have done the same thing. They normally kneel along the goal line, and they are now breaking that huddle, getting ready to prepare and fight for 3 points this afternoon. And Joseph, looking at these two teams, they haven't been playing well. Dynamos have lost 5 times already in just 1 victory, and that's not good going for the most successful team in the country. And Cape United, on the other hand, not covered in glory at all, because they are the team that normally pushes Dimbare to greater heights, but it's not happening these days.
Yes, indeed, Stanley. The two teams are coming in anchored, not really anchored, but playing from the wrong half of the log table. Some will say playing from page 2 of the Kaslaga Premier Soccer League. I remember one particular soccer fan, David Cariati, calling this one the El Relegato, which is a game pitting two teams. Dynamos are currently 16th on the log, and Cape United are 15th on the log table. One thing that is also of worry from the blue half of the city is that Dynamos have only scored 2 goals in the past 11 games. That's a very, very poor return for a team of Dynamo stature. While on the other side, Cape United have shipped in 11 goals in the past 11 matches. So that means Cape United are averaging a goal per match that they concede, which is not painting a good picture, Stanley, for the two teams. Will we call them the fighting giants? Well, time will tell.
Yes, time will tell, and I don't think they will disagree with us as Manenda Owen gets ready to get us underway here at Rufaro Stadium, with both teams making a number of changes. Bakala has also made some changes. Basila Raema Mabiala has come in as a Congolese guy as the game gets underway. Dynamos playing from left to right, and Cape United defending Limbare end, playing from right to left. Batizo ready to dispatch a throw in from the far side. They take a bit of time, and one more change that Dimbare has made is Rosengwenya. who's joined the fray in the middle of the park. So Chaminuka, formerly of Kwekwe United. Well, in his playing days, he played for Black Mambas. And I asked him, you've made quite a number of changes. What is the intention? It was quite short and sweet. We want to defend well and make sure we've got a presence in the opposite box, as he has now shifted Nyawa to play in a defense role, playing as a sweeper. And of course, I don't see Mandivei or even Donald Nyai. They have all been sacrificed, and Jalai, the captain, is still in charge. And here it is now. Mafunga along the touchline, well monitored. And the news reaching me is that, well, a lot of things have changed at Dimbare. Jinyai no longer with Dimbare. And suddenly they have to do a lot as Pio picks up possession, taking a bit of time on the ball, and this one slips away, out of play for a throw in. Raymond Uchena, Bakala the Zambian, looking down on his team. We've just played a minute to those joining us for the first time. It's still 0-0. The clearance from Dimbare out of play. Throw in to Caps United. Long throw. Benyu brings it down well, but tightly monitored. He gets the second bite of the cherry, lays it to the near side for Kangwa. And Benyu turns away from his marker and plays it backwards, away to the far side now. As United trying to play it to Bamu. He's now playing on the right-hand side in place of Junior Bunjira, who is on the bench. And, good job there done by Wesley Zingai. Here they come, Dynamos with Pio to the far side. Can they do something? Into the center. And it comes all the way to Chena. Drafted in by Saul Chaminuka. He was talking highly of him. And here is Nyawa, deciding to go long. Agyemang has got the pace. Does he have the control? He gets it. Ball played in the center. Dimbare firmly in control. Pio takes over, slipping it through, still guiding it backwards. Ross Ngwenya, the long effort, aimed straight at the Caps United import, Kweku Stephen Odai, starting ahead of Harmony Nare. United again trying a long ball. Drops kindly in the center. They pick it up now as they try to go forward. Ball played to the far side. The Congolese is calling for the ball, but tightly monitored by Gwatizo, who wins his battle. Lays it through Agyemang. The referee says play on. He got the ball. Much to the chagrin of the Dimbare fans. Kangwa wins it. He's looking for support. Gets it on the near side here. Can they do something special? Good turn, and the shot is blocked. And kindly goes back to the Dimbare goalkeeper, Tafire Mutsa, as the throw is taken into touch, so that Frank Agyemang can be attended to. The referee waved play on after that tackle when the Dynamos fans and players thought it should have been a foul, George.
Yeah, well, the players and also even the Dynamos family thought it was a foul. As you see that ball that was flighted in, it was placed in there to Agyemang. Yeah, of course, I mean, the Caps player played the ball. Yeah, in all honesty, the Caps United defender played the ball, but of course, because of his momentum, he then got the better of the Dynamo striker Agyemang. But rightly so, the referee allowing play to continue until Dynamo's goalkeeper Prince Tafire Mutsa threw the ball away for the throw-in.
Yes, indeed, and Agyemang is walking well. I think he was just trying to win a tackle there. The referee absolutely right in waving play on. Owen Manenda. As Dimbare will restart the formula with Kafre Mutsa running it to Shadrach Nyawa, playing in defense this afternoon alongside Raymond Uchena. Here's Gwatidzo posting a long ball forward aimed towards Agemang. His Dynamos are now going forward, and the touch is heavy, but they get the rebound. Good vision to play the ball on the near side. Here is Mavunga. Good looking cross in the area. Agemang was the first one to arrive, but misdirected his header. It goes wide, and the Vietnam stand has come alive.
By Dynamos. So far, Dynamos expressing their intent to possibly get a goal and add to make it a third goal in 12 games for them. But so far, the house being invited to come in and be involved in this game because Dynamos are on the attack.
Yes, Dynamos on the attack as Wesley Zingai will guide it backwards. Cape United have as well made some wholesale changes, about 5 players starting today. Here they come now. Good clip forward. But then Pio takes over for Dynamos, playing as the defensive linkman, taking over from Shadrach Nyawa. And Zingai has the ball into touch. Throw in for Gwatidzo. Wesley Ngwenya. Ross Ngwenya rather. Clipping it to the far side. A chance for Dimbare, but this one rolls into touch. Kadonzo couldn't make it stick, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. That will be taken by Kweku Stephen Odai. And finally comes to the near side. Cape United building slowly. They're coming through with Mabiala. The Congo-Brazzaville midfielder. The header looks good, and this one goes out of play. For a moment I thought that it came off a Dimbare player, but the ref says that should be a goal kick.
Yeah, I think it came off the shoulder of Joseph Emmanuel. Yeah, it was not well connected. Yeah.
The Chintuli playing ahead of Jaden Bakare as Dimbare restart the formula with Raymond Uchena. Tunyawa. Here is Gwatidzo. Clips it forward. Too far for Agemang, and it's played into touch by Cape United. We're quite happy to see this one go out of play. Jimmy Zingai alongside Tapio Matongo, guarding the Cape United rear guard as the ball comes through. An awkward bounce, and this one out of play. And this will be a corner kick, the first one to Dimbare.
And it was an awkward bounce for Jimmy Zingai, and he was in the box. He had taken an awkward twist and turn. Probably it would have hit his arm and could have been problems for Cape United. But that awkward bounce, see, that ball was thrown into the box there. As he tried to control it.
And he struggled to control it, and the corner kick has since been taken, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. And the Vietnam band still sings. As Cape United now restart the formula. Tapio Matongo. Zingai, who returns the favor. Back to Matongo. Shuffling the ball once or twice, inviting a tackle from Agemang. Here's Jalai, and he was impeded. And the Cape United striker Emmanuel Joseph claiming his innocence, as we see part of the VIP enjoying themselves this afternoon. And we do hope that it turns out to be a good match here. When fans come to the stadium, they're always looking for goals. Kangwa, and it's guided back to Odai, who clips it through, looking for Bruce Kangwa on the near side. Beaten there by Jalai. That was a bit dangerous from the Cape United goalminder. who rolls it to Zingai. He's looking for Mabiala. And the Bamusi doesn't stop fighting. Shandir was quiet for the last 10 minutes. Here comes Kangwa now. Along the ground, lays it forward. It's kept United. Lose possession. Jalai will take it back. Teo. And Raymond Uchena trying to claim the ball when it's clearly Telmo Pio who played that ball into touch. Bruce Kangwa to take it as we see some more VIPs in the stands. Kangwa back to Benyu. The tussle for possession. United will pick it up again with the veteran Kangwa. Shandirwa for Bamusi, who guides it backwards. Jimmy Zingai drifts forward, trying to play it long. You've got to respect Tafire Musa Prince. You can't get a goal from that sort of distance, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, he was taking his chances, but the probability of finding target and beating the goalkeeper from that range is, I think, almost impossible, unless if it's someone from a school that is playing against you as a Premier League player. But Jimmy Zingai taking a chance which does not yield anything. One interesting feature about Zingai's jersey is wearing jersey number 1, which is typically and traditionally for goalkeepers. Yes, but here is an outfield player putting on jersey number 1, of course, breaking tradition.
Chance here for United. And that shot over the bar. Mabiala trying from a difficult angle, as we see the crowd here appreciating. Caps United looking hungry as we take a look again at the opportunity. Neatly brings it down, tries a shot, and this one goes away. Kwatizo for Dimbare, and this one headed into touch by Caps United. Throw into Dimbare. 12 minutes played, 0-0 the scoreline. That's Shandirwa in the picture. Here is Uchena, Raymond. For Dimbare. Picked up by Jalai. Back from Pio. The flick fails. Kadonzo giving away possession. Benyu supplies it. Bamusi, the captain, drifting it forward. Yes, Benyu taking too long on the ball. Fighting for the ball, credit to him, he has won it. Back to Bamu again, but Uchena is the first to arrive. And he takes away. Benyu is such a hard-working character, but this one taken away by Uchena. And finally helped out by Pio, Telmo Pio, playing a long ball on the far side, and easily taken away there by Wesley Zingai. Shandirwa, good crossfield pass, finding Bruce Kangwa along the ground as they try to go forward. Caps United enjoying, I think, the long end of the stick, I must say, at this stage. And this one Rosengwenya handling in the process, so that will be a throw-in, a free kick rather, that will be taken by Caps United. Just inside, well, Kangwa decides to take it. Look at how careless that pass was played. Agemang once again, another careless pass, but Dynamos regained possession. Pio, and it's played to the far side. What can they do with this one? Checks in field, the cross has come in, and a chance for Agemang. The whistle has since gone, and offside against the Dimbare left back, who had come storming forward. That was a good run. Unfortunately, he couldn't time his run, and in the end he was caught offside. But that was a sweeping move by Dynamos.
Sweeping move by Dynamos. I like the way they exchanged passes. They found each other until, of course, Abdul Gwatizo ran into an offside position as he anticipated a return pass in that move. So Dynamos, as we said earlier, are looking promising. They are on the hunt, but Caps United, of course, they are trying to create their own chances, which hasn't been efficient and effective at the moment. But we've seen the fight, we've seen the competitiveness of the two sides. Stanley, they are competing, they want it, and it's a true spirit of a derby.
True spirit of a derby. That flag tells you all that he's here, and with solid support for the blue side of the capital. As we take a look again at the incident, and I think there was a late tackle by Zingai, so that will be a free kick. to the boys in blue. Nyawa to Uchena. Back to Nyawa, who clips it forward. Looking for Agemang. Struggling to control. Taken away by Shandirwa. And the ref blows to give a free kick for harassing Shandirwa unfairly. Dafremutsa just making sure his defenders are in the preordained positions. Here comes Zingai. Finds support from his co-defender, Matongo. And this one headed back to the goalkeeper. No sting, no direction in it. And another long run once again. Valentine Kadonzo on the right-hand side, and this one cleared away by Matongo. He ran very well on that occasion, because if he had failed to meet that one, it was danger looming for Cape United.
It would have been a good counter by Prince Dafremutsa to release a colleague, a teammate, but otherwise, of course, Cape United dealt with the situation effectively and no danger.
Now Jalai with his traditional long throw, with Michael Nis watching. The national team captain is the one who discovered that Jalai, despite his lack of height, is good enough to play for the Warriors, and he has since excelled as the game continues now with Agemang winning possession. This effort is blocked. Finally, Gwenya back to Pio, turns away from his marker. Gwenya spreads it wide. Kwatidzo, who has been very impressive, trying from afar. A bit overzealous, surely should have done better by playing the ball to the far side, where a colleague was waiting, but he had a rush of blood to his head.
Yeah, I thought he had options, he had better options, but look, he felt he could do it, but look, at the end of the day, it didn't pay off.
Yes, indeed, as we go through the stands here, fans fixed to the match. It's end-to-end stuff here, but Cape United have had more effort at goal. Matongo clipping it through, headed away by Uchena. It comes down, tightly monitored. Jalai has taken it away. And Kundai Benyu always picking up on the loose ball. Throw in once more, Captain Jalai to take it. 0-0 the scoreline. We're into the 18th minute. Ball picked up by Shandirwa. Still to show the best of his game here. Lays it through. That was a good pass to Bamusi, the captain. Clipping it forward. Nyawa is in the way. Kwatidzo brings it down, but Pio does well to get past one or two players. Agemang to the near side, but first to arrive is Bruce Kangwa, who is brought down, and free kick to Cape United. Bruce Kangwa, a former Azam player, a former Highlanders defender as well. One of the veterans in the game, still playing in the country. That's Ian Bakala, the Cape United coach. Kwatidzo heads it in the wrong direction, brings it down and clears the danger. And the far side assistant ref has given him the benefit of doubt. Free kick to Kwatidzo. The Prince Dafremutsa to take it. Referee just asking him to roll it back a few meters as we take a look at how it all happened. Kwatidzo under pressure from Mabiala, the Congolese midfielder, attacking midfielder. Agemang's flick doesn't get anybody. Zingai take it away. Zingai rather. This is Shandirwa for Matongo. Shandirwa with the ball once again, and Benyu back to the goalkeeper. And Odai. Shandirwa to Jimmy Zingai. Bamusi does well. Mabiala trying to find Bamusi, but then he plays a high ball, and it's taken away by Rossi Gwenya. The referee says free kick quickly taken. Agyemang looking for support, gets it. Still Dimbare in possession, trying from afar, straight at the goalkeeper who had a long view of the effort and made a routine save. And, even the mayor is here. That's Councillor Mafume. Batizo. His pass is too heavy, it goes out of play. For a throw in to Caps United. Long throw. It be picked up on the far side. Caps United are trying to break the deadlock here. Shandirwa plays the long ball through. Benyu will pick it up. Doesn't get the opportunity. It comes to the near side here. Good looking cross from Mabiala. What a save by the defender Uchena. That was a header which was going to give problems to Tafire Musa, but the defender was there. Raymond Uchena over the bar for a corner kick, John.
Raymond Uchena could not take a chance, but we have seen now Caps United having controlled the threat that has been posed at them by Dynamos, as you see there, Caps United legend Alois Bungira with the Caps United president Farai Jere. Caps United, I think, have managed to contain the Dynamos pressure. They are now coming in with their own answers to this game. We have seen that header that was targeted at goal, but Raymond Uchena could not take chances. He clearly put the ball over the bar, and he had to make sure the others could have been a spectacular own goal.
Another opportunity that's gone begging for Caps United. A free header, but that one goes wide through a deflection from Shadrach Nyawat. This will be another corner from the near side here. 0-0 the scoreline. 22 minutes played. It's a long one in the area. Good jump. And this one will be a free kick. I'm sure the ref has spotted an infringement there on a Dimbare player. So that will be a free kick, which Prince Tafire Musa would like to take. But first, his players must move upfield before playing a short one to Shadrach Nyawa. Nyawa. Tungwenya. Ross. Dimbare still in possession. Payok brings it down. Clipping it through, looking for Agyemang. Doesn't have good control. Taken away by Shandirwa. Back to his defense. This is Kangwa. Good header there, but I think he couldn't make a good connection. This one will go out of play. Jalai. And it goes out of play. Brenham Siska, former Zimbabwe international, former Caps United goalkeeper as well. But he started off with Black Aces, then moved to Caps United. The man from Mapuku, Babagari, we call him. Ian Bakala briefly there. And Bruce Kangwa, I'm sure, just explaining one or two things to the referee, Manenda. Jalai looking for Agyemang, but started slowly. Mabiala into the center, picked up by Benyu. Here it comes once again, but the flick, well read by Raymond Uchena. And it's going to be thrown into Caps United. Even the youngsters are enjoying it. He understands the football. It's good to see that some of our youngsters are following the game so keenly. This could be the stars of the future. Here comes Zimitzingai. Poorly done. This one comes off a defender. What a good sliding tackle by Shandirwa. Bruce Kangwa takes over. Benyu keeps it going forward. Uchena, I think he's got an expert sense of timing. This is like the third time that I've seen him make a vital intervention. As Caps United would restart the formula with Odai, the goalkeeper. A quarter of the game gone. 0-0 the scoreline. Agyemang giving a token challenge. And the ball played through by Odai. Jalai stays on his feet. Guides it forward. And a long clearance. Pio brings it down. A bit short for Jalai, who is brought down there by Mabiala. So that will be a free kick to Dimbare. In a 1-0 situation. The crowd slowly swelling to reasonable numbers. The part of the VIP stands is also well populated. Here is Ross Ngwenya. I think he was backing into a defender, into a colleague, so that will be a free kick to Caps. Quickly taken, Kundai Benyu to Bruce Kangwa. Back to Kundai Benyu. United in possession. Benyu is lucky. He lost possession fairly and squarely there from Jerimani. And in the end, he gets a free kick. Manenda didn't like his challenge. Zingai on the far side as part of the crowd enjoys a snack. But it's now ready to check the throw. Gwenya gets the pass but tightly monitored. Ball played into touch. Throwing to Dimbare. Let's see how they will do it. It's taken short. Guided backwards. But it's with a long one forward. Looking for Agemang, but his pass goes wayward. Picked up by Jimmy Zingai. Does well to find Chintuli. To the far side now. The long ball is played forward. Wesley Zingai. And taken down neatly. Joseph. And I think Gwatidzo gave it all away, because he started protesting for his innocence long before the ref had blown the whistle. Yes. So Manenda had no option.
I think he gave the referee something to think about. He sold himself out.
Yeah, he actually sold himself out there. Free kick will come in a very interesting position for Caps United. And the City End crowd will love every minute of this one if they can play it well into the box. Tafremulsa moving his wall into the correct position. The ref wants them to move back a few meters with the assistance of the far side assistant referee. As the Caps United coach Ian Bakala passes some instructions to Bruce Kangwa. The good-looking cross. Nyawa clears. Comes down neatly to Caps United. Wesley Zingai plays the ball forward, headed away by Dimbare. Jerimani turns away from his marker, looking for his captain and finds him. Jalai. And in the end, he's brought down. The ref blows. Free kick.
I think Jalai, they showed a steady mind there. He kept the ball under his spell and he invited contact, and in the process won himself a free kick because he was being closed down. I think that's a sign of a mature player. That's a sign of an intelligent player.
Chance for Dimbare. Turns away. Sliding tackle wins it. But still danger here. Yakemang. Chance for them, and this one comes off and out of play for a corner kick. Oh dear. And this is the chance that went begging. Oh, Jimmy Zingai did well. Agemang failed to peck a shot. Kadonzo's effort was blocked. Good defending from Caps United.
Yeah, frantic defending by Caps United, which they did very well there to thwart another threat by Dynamos. And Dynamos, of course, haven't scored a goal in the last 5 games that they've played so far. And they are not looking too good.
This one has gone out of play for a goal kick. Dimbare couldn't make use of their corner kick, so this will be an opportunity for Caps to clear the ball downfield. And an avid Caps United fan, clad in his green colors. Caps United being a bit careless. And again, Shandir were very lucky in that he went down so easily under the challenge of Ross Ngwenya. And Shandirwa stays down. Zingai will take the free kick. Shandirwa has stayed down. It looked like a very innocent push, but it looks like Shandirwa has picked up an injury, possibly from the fall. Oh, that's our former boss, Merit Toko Nuzwembiri. Now watching from the VIP stands.
While that player is receiving attention, Stanley, if we look at the last 34 games that have been played between the two teams, the last 34 games played between Dynamos and Cape United, Dynamos have won 14 of those, and they've drawn 13 times of those 34 games, and losing only 7 times to Cape United in the last 34 derbies that they've played. And in the process, Dynamos have scored 39 goals, conceding 27 goals, and have had the better of Cape United, garnering at massive 55 points compared to Cape United's 34 points in the last 34 derby games between the two teams.
I think the green side will have to up their game and try to match, their counterparts, because the story is never complete. When Cape United and Dynamos play, it has to be Stephen Evans, but it's not the story at the moment. As out of a picture, Shandirwa comes out and the blue band sings in the stands, in the Vietnam stands. I must say the crowd has improved somewhat significantly, because we didn't expect them to be this good. They only came late. As the game starts now with a long clearance. Headed out of play. Throw in to Cape United, which Kangwa will take. Benyu tightly monitored. This one taken down by Shandirwa. He's given it away. Picked up Jimbare with Agiman. Getting past his marker. Turns away. He even beats himself, but Pio does well to pick this one up. Some good vision as well. But Milanzi will take this one away. Bamusi. For Kundai Benyu. I think Kundai Benyu should start playing the ball forward a little bit more. Sometimes, even when he doesn't have pressure, he will always look backwards to restart from the back. I know possession is good, but if you want to win matches, you have to put the opposition under pressure. Shandirwa does well. Kangwa will take it up now. Shaping up to produce a cross. It's a good-looking one to the far side. Taken away by goalkeeper Tafire Mutsa. That's one for the cameras. Kwatizo now can rest downfield, clipping it through. Nobody home. Odai will collect this one. Kangwa. Bamusi tightly monitored, the two captains colliding. Bamusi and Jalai. Bamusi goes down, and it's good to see that the two can still exchange some handshakes. Kundai Benyu in a good looking position. Again, he's taking backwards. He goes down, and free kick to Cape United in a promising position. I think this is one thing that he needs to improve on his game, Kundai Benyu. When he gets the ball, he should try to release it early. There was a running from the captain. He could have done well to flick it for him.
Yeah,
and Cape United would have been in business.
Yeah, I think it's his trademark to say he's a sure-footed player who doesn't want to take risks. He wants to play on the conservative side of the game, where you don't want to make errors, where you just want to protect the ball and only make a move when you are certain that is going to be successful. I think he's a safe player more than a risky player.
Oh yes, he did. Safety first for Kundai Benyu. That's why he will play the ball back first, so that everyone is facing the ball as the game progresses. Free kick. Kangwa and Shandirwa. Looks like Kangwa to take it, but leaves it for Shandirwa. The cross looks good. It's headed away by Nyawa. Here comes Milanzi, clipping it forward. And the flag is still down. Good save. And finally, it's ruled offside. But the goalkeeper had done well.
The goalkeeper had done well, but
save.
the whistle had actually gone first, way even before the last kick was taken by Cape United. So it's a good call by the referee, decisive and on point.
Yes, indeed, but Cape United now sensing that they can do it, having hit the back of the net once. But of course, it's Ngwenya rather, Uchena, back to Jerimani, shielding the ball very well. Pio will lay through for Jerimani this time around. And hard monitored there by Benyu. Dimbare will pick it up now. Ross Ngwenya to his captain, who rides the tackle. Referee says play on. The ball has been won. And here is the Congolese from the best part of 40 meters. What on earth was he thinking?
and his captain, Phineas Bamus, is actually letting him know that, look, that range, there was not going to come out any miracle from that range. So why not make sure we maintain our momentum in offensive play as opposed to wasting a move as it was. That was actually going to be a chance for Cape United to capitalize on. Both Dynamos were caught napping.
Yes, they were caught napping. Some of their players were still in forward positions. Nyawa guiding it to the far side, looking for Agyemang, but the ball goes out of play. And the Chimitzingai leaves it for Milanzi to dispatch the throw. Headed on back to Milanzi, picked up by Ross Ngwenya. Here is Uchena Raymond clipping it through. On the near side is Kadonzo, but beaten in the air. And the Jalai, under pressure from Chintuli, loses out the battle. Throw into United. 0-0 the scoreline, 37 minutes played. As we take a look again at the duel between the two. And no doubt Jalai had the last touch. Good block there from Dimbare. Agyemang didn't do it well. Again, Benyu should stop this. And finally, Jerimani is given the benefit of doubt. Yellow card on Tapio Matongo. The former Black Rhinos defender, as we see, part of the crowd as well. Even some from Scotland. They are here to watch, and of course some from Liverpool, the recently crowned champions of the English Premier League. And there is the harassment of Jerimani. Free kick.
I think Tapua Matongo, they're being punished for being persistent with this foul. The referee tried to see if advantage was going to accrue.
Here comes the cross, Joseph, and this one. Did Mavunga keep the ball in play? According to the far side assistant referee, he says no, but I think the assistant ref was not on point on that occasion.
Yeah, of course, the Dynamos fans from the Vietnam stand expressing their displeasure on that throw-in incident for Cape United. The fans are not happy. They were actually throwing some unpleasant missiles that were aimed at the far side assistant referee. That was Francis Chirwa.
Yes, indeed. This is the occasion. Let's take a look at this. Mavunga. There it is. It was not wholly out.
Yes.
But of course, when you make a real-time decision, it's possible that you can get it right or you can get it wrong.
Yes.
On that occasion, I think far-side assistant referee missed it. Cape United with Bamosi. That was a good flick to the captain, who drifts forward. Plays it to the far side now. Mabiala's long effort. Straight to the goalkeeper, Tafremutsa, who is also in a hurry to make sure the ball goes to the other side. And it's neatly taken down but Milanzi wins the tackle. The ref doesn't like it. It's a Dimbare free kick.
Someone is on the call there. Is he updating people somewhere of the scoreline?
I think so. This match is one that attracts a lot of attention. Although fans didn't decide to come, we should have had a full house here at Rufaro Stadium, because normally by 11 o'clock at Rufaro Stadium the police will be sending people away because the stadium will have been full. But up to now it's still possible that they can come, but here's now some problems in the stands, and Dynamos take their free kick that was easily collected by Odai, the Captain United captain, goalkeeper rather, Stephen Odai. Matongo, the only player to carry a yellow card in this encounter in the first 45 minutes. 4 minutes to the Oranges. 0-0 the scoreline. The chance for United. Oh, he's in a hurry to register a goal. Mabiala trying to shoot at every opportunity. But I think his anxiety is worrying him. Yes, the youngsters fixed to the game here. They know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, he's actually telling his mom that that guy should have taken his time and maybe taken a few more paces towards goal. He would have produced something better.
Yes.
Good one for the future.
Oh, yes, indeed. As Chintuli fights for possession. Mabiala finding Shandirwa. Slips it through back to Mabiala. It plays a bullet to the far side. It looks like the Congolese guy is tired.
Yeah, and this also has to do maybe with the pressure of the derby.
Yes.
And also making the wrong decision in decisive areas.
Jerimani, beaten by Shandirwa, who went down and still managed to get ahead to it. Lovely work there coming in from the center. That was Mabiala, but Nyawa takes it away, and Guatito makes sure it's safe. Plays the ball into touch. Throw in to Caps United. 0-0 the scoreline. We are into the 43rd minute. Ball taken away. Here's Kangwa now, directing an effort, headed away by Nyawa. Doesn't get very far. Mabiala will collect, but Nyawa makes sure it's safe. He's looking for support on the near side here. Jerimani doesn't have the pace, and the ball rolls into touch as the ref took a glance at his watch. Bruce Kangwa ready to dispatch the throw. Takes it long to his captain. Nyawa heads it away. Further on, Agemang picks it up, and a lovely ball on the near side for Valentine Kadonzo, who brings it down. A chance to contend with Kangwa, and Kangwa stays calm, plays the ball over the line. Good defending from the veteran.
Bruce Kangwa could not be roasted, as his name suggests, but otherwise he showed a steady hand and also a steady boot. He prevented that cross from coming in, conceding a corner in the process. And of course, some fans enjoying that moment of brilliance by Bruce Kangwa, averting danger on behalf of Caps United.
Yes, indeed, and they still have to defend the corner kick, to be taken by Kadonzo himself. He takes it long into the area, headed downwards, and this one bounces off and taken away by the goalkeeper. Kwako Stephen Odai, who takes time bouncing the ball a couple of times. He's taken by Zingai Jimmy. Long ball forward, Uchena facing the ball. The Pio couldn't get it away from his man. It's a minute of stoppage time to be played here. This one finds Kangwa. Long ball forward, a good looking header, and this one goes over the bar. If this one was on target and a bit closer, this would have given the goalkeeper lots of anxious moments. It was a good header indeed. This is the cross. The header he had managed to turn, but unfortunately it was always going up. It's a difficult one for Jalai. His persistence had taken him through, but the referee didn't like it. Now Benyu will position the ball for a free kick. The Valentine Cadonzo just being moved by the referee. And the referee finally blows to end the first 45 minutes here to Faro Stadium. End-to-end stuff, but I must say Cape United had enjoyed the long end of the stick in this particular encounter. I don't know whether Joe will agree with me here. Your view of the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, the first 45 minutes here actually lived up to the billing of a derby in terms of the aggression, in terms of their hunger, in terms of the intent to get a goal. And of course, Dynamos, you know that they haven't scored a goal in the past 7 games. So one would have fancied them to make sure that one of the chances that they created would yield them a goal. But on the other hand, Cape United also feel good and say, we have been conceding a lot of goals, so we have done well to maintain a clean sheet in the first 45 minutes. But otherwise, this game has lived up to the billing of a derby in terms of end-to-end action. The fans have also been involved. There have been some few agreements, a few disagreements here with the match officials. But otherwise, the ingredients of a derby is with us this afternoon. I think we might get a goal or two in the second half.
Yes, who knows? Lady Luck might smile on one of these two teams so that we get a goal or two in the second 45. But let's cross over to the studio and find out what the studio's analysis will have to say about the first 45 minutes.
Yes, half-time at the ceremonial home of football Rufaro Kumpiles. It's Dinamo Dimbare, Dynamos nil. Kepe Bora, the Green Machine, Cape United nil. I think it will be fair to say that it has been fairly exciting. No team really outwitting the other. You will agree with me, hey? More cracks, equal cracks from there to the other side. 0-0. Of course, we don't want to keep talking about the past derbies or so on. Otherwise, we will be here until the cows come home. But so far, so good, I think. And yes, just to remind you that yesterday at Ngoni Stadium, the Panthers Moors kept on winning. They thrashed New Boys Kwekwe United, the Gold Boys, by 4-0. Billy Veremo getting a hat trick. And of course, the biggest climbers of the Premiership standings, the Students Rentals, were now number 4. Number 1 are Moors. Number 2 are Scotland. Number 3, Simba Bora and Rentals. Number 4, Highlanders, now at number 5. And the bottom end, Kwekwe United, number 18, Triangle, number 17, Dynamos, number 16, Cape United, number 15. Unbelievable, eh? I'm talking about the tail end. Jemba, Terence Malunga, and Chief Justice Majavi are still here with me. Jemba, your reflections of the first 45.
Well, pretty decent outing from both teams. Mm-hmm. And Dynamos had a fair position, in my view. It then starts me thinking that probably what they're lacking is experience. These are young boys who are full of running, and at times you need the right people, the right person at their far attacking end to be able to also capitalize the most of the runs and most of the hard work that would have been happening especially in the middle of the park. Decent, very solid from Nyawa. Right there at the back, and obviously with Pio trying to build in the middle of the park going forward. And we're just talking about how Caps are really set up, and we thought probably maybe the new coach was obviously getting to get the right combinations and partnerships, because we've seen Caps not necessarily really getting forward. Not controlling the middle of the park, where you obviously with Chandiro and Benu, you think that they would have more of the ball, moving it up front and ensuring that it actually gets to Mtuli. We have seen him going all over the place instead of getting a proper supply from the middle of the park. So decent first half, And I thought Dynamos really showed who came to the party.
That's right. But decent first half, you will agree with Jemba there. But we will see what the second half brings for us. Shadrack Nyawa doing very, very well because he's been moved from defensive linker to the heart of the defense. And so far, so good for Nyawa. Incidentally, Dynamos have scored 2 goals, right, in 11 matches. I don't know if they're going to score this one. But the 2 goals, one of them have come from Nyawa, from a defensive link position, and the other one has been an own goal during one of their matches, so it tells you a lot, eh? So we'll see. Right, let's find out what our camera there cleverly picked. Yes, I true as a graft. This is not Chief Justice. As a graft. And Chief Justice, I'm not going to ask you a question about Dynamos. I'm going to ask you about Caps United. I see here, and the guys in the transmission, the camera as well, looking at you. Caps United, we were before we went on air, and I was telling you that hey, it's gonna look, because Caps seem to have more quality, slightly better quality, and I was saying to you that maybe by the time we reach halftime, Caps United might have scored 1 or 2, but that hasn't happened. Dynamos have done well, but I'm asking you about how do you think Caps United have fared?
No, if you see Caps United, the usual Caps United, we know they are not dominated. They usually dominate. You see in the midfield, there's Benyu and the Shandiro. They are not really clicking. Yeah, most of the time they play with Eric. Eric is sitting in front of defense, picking up the balls, trying to spread the passes. But with this now, it's actually a disconnect. And up front, they don't have proper runs. Usually with Bakali, he is always running. Jaden is always running. He's always giving options to defenders. Then they have more punch going forward. They also lacked a player like Junior Bonjira. Sometimes on the right, sometimes on the left. He's bringing in the take-ons and bringing in crosses. You can see now there's short of
As we see the highlights there, Chief, and the early bite of the cherry there was with Caps United. And I think Prince Tafire Muta, formerly Herenta's goalkeeper, he's done pretty well for Dimbare.
Yeah, he's been doing well. You know, the only thing is there wasn't any trust. You know, they didn't give him more chance. You remember the time he came 2 years ago? Yes. Yeah, you know, he was standing in when Yebet Marua just left. Yes. He stand in. They won the cup with him. He was in goals. He did very well. Then later on, they brought Mapisa. That's when his performance went down. Yeah. So now he's starting again to pick up. He's changing him and Makoni. But I think he so far so good. I thought he's one prospect for the national team as well. Because with good goalkeeper, good height, and I think he's young. He's probably 23, 24 there. He still got some future.
And this one here, Agiamang, I'm going to stay with you, Chief. Should he have done better here before it came to all this, before it was blocked for a corner? Should he have done better earlier on there? Yeah.
Because in those areas, we've got a minimum of thinking, minimum time of thinking. What you only need to do is, every time when you get a knot, you just have to poke the ball, even with the outside of the foot, like a poke. You could just poke it, whether it's going to the far post or so, because he was just on the 6 yard. But the moment you want to turn, you know, you're giving other defenders to recover. And they will come as well. They will just be coming, and the ball is loose, and everyone will just pounce on you. But these are the few chances, even if you watch on professional level, these are the few chances. They capitalize on this. Get few chances, pocket, whether it's going to be a target or not, but just try by all means to go for the goal.
I wonder if Frank Agiamang ever heard of a guy called Gift Ghetto Mpariwa, or maybe ever read of him, because if that was Ghetto, as we see the tackles here, been pretty rough. Well, not too rough, but pretty physically jammed by those tackles here.
Yeah, quite physical, and also it speaks obviously to the attitude that the players have put in. It's good to see that they also want to win. It's hunger is telling. And obviously at the obvious receiving end, we have seen Benyu a couple of times. That also shows you that probably he's having the ball a little bit more. And you wouldn't want a scenario where you have your best player in this regard, where Cape United probably Benyu is a bit showing. He's always on the receiving end. It also then speaks to the movement going forward, the transition, in the opening and the running. It's something that is lacking. If you look at a couple of fouls that he received, he's holding to the ball. He turns one side, he turns the other side, and there's no support. So probably speaking to the mobility and the transition of the team going forward. And I think it's one area that Chief picked on, that when you have Junior Bunji at times, you have that spark of pace, especially the transition going forward.
That's Agmayang. So I think he should have pulled the trigger. I'm going to stay with you, Jemba. I mean, he should have pulled the trigger. He should have. He should have. I mean, I think we had a discussion about Agman some time back. That's right.
That is not. It's not an outright striker. He actually is more of a second striker or a false nine. You wouldn't want him only to be sitting in. We have seen he's quite skillful, and when you have skillful players in front of goal, they always want to do more instead of just putting it in the back of the net.
That's right. Yeah, if you have skillful players like dribblers, you remember digital Vitalis Takawira. All you Dynamos fans will remember, even the Zimbabwean fans at large. He would. With an open goal, the goalkeeper lying there, he would wait for the next defender. And those are digital. Quite a dribbler. Right, let's look at the second half. What do you think if you are a Cape United fan? What do you think if you are a Dynamos fan? So let's find out first from Chief Justice what he thinks Madzibaba Solskjaer Minuka should do in the second half. There isn't much quality on the bench, Chief, but what does he do?
Not so bad first half. Yeah, I think he'll be changing so many things. Will bound to a lot of mistakes. You just have to stick. They have contained Cape United. They have to substitute after Cape United have substituted, because they don't have enough ammunition on the bench. But what they have to do now, they have to wait to counter the substitutions from Cape United, who have got some players who are outside there, who are on the bench, who can maybe change their game. But I think I would stick with this in the first 20-25 minutes to see how it goes, and then try a little bit, maybe add in attack, bringing someone who else can come in. Maybe you can try to bring Perez, or of course is there on the bench, just to try to run on the wings. Yeah, because I've
Junior Perez is the son of former Dynamos little striker Enazio Perez, correct?
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, because now what is needed is the width. Their width is not doing a lot. You see, Milan's there is enjoying on the right back, and also Kangwa is enjoying on the left side. So they need people who can take them on. Yeah.
Evans Gwekwerere's son also on the bench, is he?
He is there. He's there on the bench. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got two former sons of Dynamo, the strikers. Their sons on the bench. Evans Gwekwerere, his son is on the bench. Enazio Perezo, his son is on the Dynamos bench. And of course, for Cape United, Alois Bunjira, his son, Junior Bunjira, is on the bench. Tending to be family affairs, eh? But let's wait and find out. The most famous derby, I think, in the country. The HARARE derby, it has been going on and on, but the gloss loosening off in the last couple of years. Can it be really today? We'll have to wait and find out. Let me just remind you that Jemba here, Terence Malunga, forecast 2-0 for Makepe Kepa. I didn't get a chance to find out from Chief, so maybe we can find out from him now. Maybe Jemba will say it's unfair, but listen, we didn't get a chance. Chief.
Now, earlier on, you remember during the week, I said a draw. A draw. So I'm still continuing with that. A draw. Yeah.
0-0, 1-1, score draw.
Let's stay with the 0-0.
0-0. Oh, okay. So you've had the Chief playing it safe 0-0, but Jemba getting it 2-0 for Makepe Kepe, still sticking to that. Inantimo. Just to remind you, right? Our number one team, the Warriors, are in battle in June. Against Burkina Faso and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We'll be talking more about that later. Right now, let's rejoin Stanley Katsande and Joseph Nkani.
Welcome back to the second half. As Cape United now play from left to right. They are attacking the Mbare end and defending the City end. Bamusi with a good-looking cross. That one headed to the far side. And in the end is taken away by Jerimani, who finds support on the far side now. Mbare running through. It's a good-looking cross straight to the goalkeeper, who needed a second bite of the cherry to bring it under control. Sure, Sol Shaminuka must have asked them to play the ball early into the box, but that was a bit too early. Here is Mabiala, goes down and free kick. Jimmy Zingai spots it carefully so that he can play the ball downfield. Long one inside the area, and is cleared away by Gwatidzo, neatly brought down by Shandirwa, who decides to scrap his circle. Milanzi, and it's easily taken away by Dimbare. Agyemang running well. He's got no support in the center, but firmly in control of the ball. Agyemang, and it comes to Kadonzo. Easily taken away by Cape United. And this one goes out of play. That was a good block by Tapio Matongo. The Valentine Kadonzo letting his team down on that occasion. Pio. In the end, Rosquenya plays the ball into touch. For a throw in. Then you collect. Shandirwa for Wesley Milanzi. Well, I called this guy Wesley Zingai in the first 45 minutes. That was an error, of course, in taking down the name. But he is Wesley Milanzi. And this one played into touch by Ross Ngwenya. Cape United with another throw. Watidzo plays it through, but Shandirwa seems to have picked up his game now. Benyu goes down, taken away by Pio. Telmo Yawa is the only scorer at Dynamos this season. He scored in their only victory here. Jalai lays it wide to the far side. The cross looks good. Easily taken by the goalkeeper. Very calm and collected. Kweku Odai. Another look into the VIP stands. There's Odai. Rolls it. For Matongo. You better take it away with Jerimani. Doing a good job in the middle of the park. Lays it back for Pio. Plays it to nobody. Matongo is in the way. Pio once again, brought down neatly by Rosengwenya. Tightly monitored, he gets a free kick after being brought down by Kundai Benyu. Kimbare getting a free kick. If you're joining us for the first time, this is the second half of the Harare Derby, with both teams making some changes in the technical department. Ian Bakala taking over at Cape United. Deutsche were promoted upstairs. The same thing happened to Lloyd Chigowe, the former Dibare coach, reassigned elsewhere to be with the juniors. And in comes Saul Chaminuka, a man who made a name for himself playing for Black Mambas, the police team. Pio plays the ball into touch. throw in. Shandirwa is beginning to enjoy a lot of possession. This is a good looking ball into the area, neatly brought down by Bamusi. He needs support. He doesn't have any. Clips it backwards. This one taken down neatly. The cross will come into the box. And here's Milanti shaping up for a shot. Oh my goodness me. Skied his effort. The technique was all wrong. And it goes into the crowd here. They must be saying to themselves, well, I think I could have done a better job there, Joe.
Yeah, very impatient. They're trying to take a shot from that range. The first time shot on the volley, which went horribly wrong for Cape United. Well, this game is crying out for a goal, because Dynamos have been winless in the last 7 games, last 7 derby games, and Caps have been winless in the last 3 derby games. And Dynamos have no goals scored in the last 7 derbies. And meanwhile, Cape United have no clean sheet in the last 8 derby games. This is Dynamos.
Yes, Brooks Kangwa with a timeless tackle. Tio is another one of special mention in the middle of the park for Timbare. Jalai, right the tackle. He goes forward. Will he get there? The sliding tackle comes in. Ball played over the line. Corner kick. But the Vietnam wants something better.
Both sets of fans are expressing their opinions. Dynamos fans saying penalty. Cape United fans saying stand up, there was nothing, there's no penalty for you there. Emmanuel Jalai. Tanaka Shandirwa with the lunge.
Did he get the ball?
Yeah, Tanaka Shandirwa got the ball. But if you look at the movement from Emmanuel Jalai, he had already taken an angle that he was looking for a fall, which he got, yes, but Tanaka Shandirwa actually had contact with the ball.
Chance for Timbare here. And finally, they've got the penalty. And the Vietnam stands has come alive. Even the bench. Penalty to Dynamos. And it's very popular in the Vietnam stand.
Very popular. The Vietnam stand has been invited into action. And we don't know whether Odoy will salvage the situation on behalf of Cape United, but it's very unfortunate the penalty kick considered by Cape United. The corner kick was slighted into the box. And the header went in there, and then there was a ping-pong situation. But I think it's there's a header there, and then there was an awkward bounce. Yeah, very unfortunate.
The referee must have fallen for the appeals from Dynamos, and unfortunately, look, he only had a split second to see this, and he has made his decision. It looks like the captain, Emmanuel Jalai, is going to take this one. A tense situation indeed.
If he converts it, it becomes Dynamo's third goal in 12 games. Third goal in 12 games. Is it going to be slotted in by Captain Emmanuel Jalai? Let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see. Emmanuel Jalai versus Kweku Stephen Odai of Cape United. Referee Manenda just making sure everyone is outside the box. Emmanuel Jalai, referee says let's go. He comes up with a kick and easily places it beyond the reach of the goalkeeper. And I must say he never dived. And Jalai pulls slotting the ball into the back of the net. 1-0 Dynamos.
A well-taken penalty kick by Dynamos captain Emmanuel Jalai. He coolly picked up a spot, coolly slotted it in, and the keeper, Cape United goalkeeper, Kwaku Stephen Odai, had no chance. He tried to go to his right, Jalai sent the ball to his left. So 1-0 Dynamos lead. They get their third goal in 12 games.
Yes, a third goal in 12 games. Jalai becomes the second player to score for Timbare after Nyawa. And the other goal that they scored was an own goal from the opponents. So you can see that Saul Chaminuka has a mountain to climb in building a Timbare strike force that will deliver the goals. Cape United now restart the formula with Emmanuel Joseph Kangwa playing it forward. Tussle for possession, and a head injury, and the referee immediately calling on the medics to rest on the field of play to attend to the injured player. We'd like to see how it all happened, and the two players are down. I think the Cape United, the bench, is also summoned to come and attend to their injured player.
Looks like it's Ross Ngwenya.
Ross Ngwenya is down for Dimbare. Let's see who the Cape United player is. And immediately, the Cape United technical side now.
Nyasha Chintuli is down.
Nyasha Chintuli.
Cape United.
Yes, indeed. And Ian Bakala takes the occasion to give instructions, but of course the band in the stands is already singing, sensing victory.
Now we don't know those who boycotted this game, Stanley. Are they celebrating this goal or they are wishing it away?
Well, they have no choice but to celebrate. But when you look at it again, you know, this is the crowd that Dynamos has been getting of late.
Yes.
Of course, they started poorly. I think they all decided to come late to the game, and they've given us the numbers. I mean, this is a good 15, 17, 18,000. So I don't think you know, Dynamos can complain.
Yeah, I think people turned out. Yeah,
they did. Eventually, they
this
came.
has been generally the standard crowd Dynamos has been pulling.
Yes.
Jalai there to his right, to the goalkeeper's left.
Oh, that was a good penalty, well taken. And now it's going to be a contested drop ball. And in the end, well, he asked the player, the Cape United player, to play it backwards. But something wasn't right. I think he was being challenged
before the ball hit the ground, and the ref is not happy with that.
So we have another look at the penalty that gives Dynamos the lead here at Rufaro Stadium, scored by Emmanuel Jalai, their captain, Zimbabwe international as well. Manenda is now asking Shandirwa, flex it forward. Mbare struggling to clear this. Bamuse will collect. Turns towards his marker in Gwatidzo. And bounces it off him for a throw-in, which Cape United will take. It's going to be Wesley Milanzi. Milanzi's throw is long, headed backwards. Tafire Musa has lost it, cleared away, and the ref blows and gives benefit of doubt to the goalkeeper. And another player is down injured. Well, two of them for Dimbare. The one hopes that it's nothing serious. Uchena and the goalkeeper Tafire Musa, they must have collided. Let's see how the two will be able to recover.
With Dynamo scoring first, this becomes their sixth game against Cape United where they've scored first. Before the goal, Dynamo had actually taken the lead over Cape United in 5 of the last 6 encounters. And they've actually reversed their record of conceding first versus Cape United. Because previously, Cape United, Dynamo, had conceded first in 5 of the last 7 derby games.
That's interesting. Big question is, will they be able to hold on and go on to win it? That's the question, and your guess is as good as mine. Here you see Bamusi, the captain, getting instructions from the touchline. Alexio Sigion is making sure the instructions are carried to the rest of the team via the captain. Yeah, Raymond Uchena and the goalkeeper got into each other's way, and finally the ref deciding it should be a free kick. But I didn't see how Cape United committed the offense there. Ball has gone out of play. And Bakala still very concerned man here. His team is down by 1-0. He wants to make sure the game is raised. Caps United with Kangwa. Dimbare. And the late tackle on Shandirwa is given away a free kick. He will be able to continue. Shandirwa, a former Dimbare player, but he actually belongs to Yada. Long ball forward. Into the area. Oh, close. Very close indeed by Caps United. This one very, very nearly ended up in the back of the net. Goal kick. Taken short. Raymond Uchena Chintuli, I'm glad to say, is back on the field of play following that injury. Now this is Dynamos in possession once again. Throw in to Dimbare, who are leading by 1-0. We've played an hour of this encounter, 30 minutes to go to the 90. This one is guided to Nyawa. Seems to have stabilized the defense with his presence. He's always played as a defensive midfielder, so he knows his way around. And of course, he has the skill. I must say he's done a good job for Dimbare in defense. So that's Shadrack Nyawa.
And he's one solid player, you know, he's sure-footed and solid. And I think he has stabilized the Dynamos defense.
Here's a pass from Jimmy Zingai. Finding another veteran in Bruce Kangwa. Playing a long searching ball forward. An early cross will come in. Again, Nyawa clears the danger. This one, again, he couldn't keep it under control. United playing the ball forward. Taken down by Kadonzo on the far side. And Bruce Kangwa fighting for the ball and wins it for Caps United. Here is Shandirwa. Moving forward. That's overcooked. The idea was there, but unfortunately it was overcooked.
I think his technique let him down because he used the outfooter of his right leg. I thought he would have sidestepped it with his right foot and bracketed it towards the corner flag, which was then going to be an opportunity for Caps United. But he had done well to find himself some space and create an opportunity for Caps United.
Dimbare with their captain now, Jalai. Scorer of the only goal so far, Agyemang, has been fighting for every loose ball, but easily taken away by Matongo. The jewel on the far side, Pio picks it up, finding Jalai, who is brought down, and that will be another free kick. Hotly contested there by the Caps United, the giant man, Emmanuel Joseph. Doesn't believe that he has done anything wrong. As you can see there, the Congolese, Mubiala, Ryman, Dimbare preparing that free kick. Poorly executed, and this one rolls over the byline for a goal kick. Wasted effort there by Dynamos. But of course they'll turn around and say, look, we are leading. If we can wind down the clock, it's good enough for us. Or die with a long clearance. Picked up there by Shandirwa to Kangwa. I must say in the second 45, Shandirwa has become more and more influential. Benyu, a bit subdued. Maybe because everyone is looking for Shandirwa. And Dimbare take it away. Kwatizo does well to find Jerimani. Jerimani forward for Kadonzo. Plays it forward for Agyemang. Pressing well. No support for him. Beats his marker. Turns him inside out. Showboating from Ageman. Dimbare now. July, the cross comes in. Overcooked once again.
Overcooked once again, Stanley. I think the Dynamos player, movement in this instance was very good. They found each other. Of course, Agmeyang was enjoying himself on the left flank, and he sent in a cross that was inviting. But Jalai just lifted up his ball way above Valentine Kadonzo, who was rushing in on the near post.
Caps United making a change here. Out comes Emmanuel Joseph, and in comes usual striker Jaden Bakari. The confirmation of the yellow card on Tapia Matongo. Jaden Bakari himself comes in. The kick is taken. Matongo with a long searching ball straight to the goalkeeper. That's Prince Dafremutsa. Dafremutsa will bounce it a couple of times before rolling it wide on the far side. Uchena, Raymond. Dafremutsa forced to clear. Benyu exchanging passes with Shandirwa. Bamusi takes over. He's such a bundle of energy, Bamusi. Back to Shandirwa. Shandirwa finds support on the near side. Wesley Milanzi collects it well. Shandirwa with another flick on the far side. Benyu looks tired, and this one goes out of play. Throwing to Dimbare. 1-0, Dynamos in the lead. But it's this long throw. Kadonzo pushed out of the way, and ball play continues. Milanzi. But it's in the wrong direction. Nyawa makes sure it's safe. And it goes out of play for a throw in. Quickly taken. But Izo downfield straight to Milanzi. Caps United now turning on the screw. Shandirwa does well to find Benyu. He gets the return pass. The cross looks good, and it's headed in the wrong direction. Cleared away. Benyu is there once again. He's all over the place and picked up by Caps United. Benyu queuing up a shot, and it's there! What a shot from Kundai Benyu to find the equalizer. 1-1. My goodness me, that was a blaster into the back of the net.
Kundai Benyu with a shot from outside the 18-yard area to send Caps United into an equalizing position. I think Caps United had shown that they wanted to equalize. They conceded through a penalty, and they found themselves coming up with a solution to the problem. They were now sure-footed. They were not desperate. They exchanged neat passes. They were sure-footed. And I think Caps United deserved to get this equalizer. And Kundai Benyu is now fired up. Well, Kundai Benyu coming to the rescue. Is he reminding us of the yesteryear Caps United players like your Pumelelo Zowas, your Morgan Katazos, your Alois Punjiras? Caps United now draw one to equalize.
Yes, indeed. And I think you should have mentioned as well Ian Bakala and the Zambian counterpart Lafta Chilembe. I know that they had Joseph Kamwendo, who actually became a soccer star here, and we can still count the Zambian players who once played in this league here, but I must say the best of them all was the late Dabi Makinga.
Dabi Makinga, Darin T. That was the one talent, one bundle of talent that we witnessed from across the Zambezi. We can always claim him and say, what is the Zambezi River after all between Zambia and Zimbabwe?
Oh yes indeed, and may his soul rest in peace. Here comes the free kick. What is the takes it? It's a curling one inside the area, drops ones on the far side. Mavunga to chase, picks it up. Jalai, past one man, brings in a good looking cross, but this one taken away. And it turns away. Dynamos would like to restart the formula with Uchena. Here's Pio Chelmo hitting his marker. Uchena once again. The challenge from Jaden Bakari. And it comes back to Caps United. Mubiala does well to play to the far side now. It's Caps United up turning on the screw here. And the whistles are going through. It's taken away by Jalai. He's being asked to play the ball away out of the injury. Zimbabwe restarting the formula with Ross Ngwenya. Play on, says the referee. And it comes to Kundai Benyu, the goal scorer. What a spectacular goal. Mubiala. And he was hauled to the ground. That will be a free kick. Right on the center circle. On the center line, rather. Matongo. Kangwa, who has been very busy on the left-hand side in defense. Jalai takes it away for Dimbare. He's under pressure. Manages to get a rebound. Pio Kongwenya. Dimbare now playing it slowly, and Gwatidzo guides it backwards. Nyawa back to Ngwenya. Ross played through. Milanzi is in the way. Pamosi to the wrong person. Jerimani into the center. Ngwenya once again for Dimbare. Yes, Shadrach Nyawa plays it forward. Ball is taken away by Wesley Milanzi. Very attentive indeed is Dimbare. Now going away with their captain, who is more and more of an attacking force here as it brings the ball through. It comes back on the far side. Dimbare with Mavunga. The cross inside the area, nobody home. Kangwa can clear. Pio takes it away. Well, Ross Ngwenya loses possession. This is Shandirwa. Plays it through for Jaden Bakare. Tightly monitored there by Raymond Uchena. It's another cool head at the back for Dimbare there, Raymond Uchena. He hasn't put the foot wrong. And, he must be commended for what he is doing. But this is Kundai Benyu now. Blasting the ball into the top corner. Typical post-take stuff. And that was a brilliant goal, worthy of finding an equalizer in this derby.
Brilliant goal. These are such goals are for the highlights reel. These are the goals that you want to see whenever a sports program is being shown. Beautiful shot taken from range, finding the top right corner, and Prince Tafire Musa could not do anything but just pick it up from the net.
Indeed. That Dimbare once again with Jerimani. They've taken it away. Jalai. He's taken away by Caps United in the danger zone, but Pio has done well. And he gets a throw in on the far side. 1-1 is the scoreline. 73 minutes now. As we drift to the 90, the Caps United side, clad in green, is now waving their flags from side to side, singing victory songs. Can they find the second goal to pick all 3 points? Here is Bamosi. Been very energetic. Pio, Telmo Pio, has also been a very useful sort in the defensive line for Dimbare, playing as a D-link. Raymond Uchena to the captain. Back to Pio, Telmo. He's looking for support on the far side, Mavunga. Akeman tightly monitored. Kangwa is under pressure. And again nearly losing possession, but it's finally taken away. Here it comes into the center. Gwatidzo had lost the ball. Here's Bamuse, fouled in the process. And a yellow card is coming for young Dimbare player Ross Ngwenya. Jersey number 66, yellow card. So Chaminuka off his sit. Jimmy Zingai stands behind it, ready to play the long ball. Confirmation of the yellow card on Ross Ngwenya. The header taken through, and in the end Caps United give away possession. Foul on Dynamos player Raymond Uchena.
Caps United are preparing substitutions. Then Junior Bundra is coming in as well as Manokore. We want to see who coach Ian Bakala wants to replace. I think he wants to capture this game in the last 15 minutes of this match.
Yes, those changes, of course, indicate to an offensive play. Manokore may be playing as a defender, but he loves overlapping. We know what Junior Bunjira can do. He can be a thorn in the flesh on the right-hand side of attack.
It looks like one of the players Caps United are pulling out is Nyasha Chintuli. Oh yes, yeah. Nyasha Chintuli being replaced by Manokore.
Manokore, just number 31 comes in. Chintuli is out.
And now it's time for Junior Bunjira to come on. And he is coming in to replace
and it looks like
Mabiala.
Yeah, Bisila Mabiala Raema calls it a day. The Congolese. He tried his best, but his bet maybe he needed to shift a few notches up. And the Junior Bunjira getting a round of applause in the end. This one is played into touch for a Caps United throw. 76 minutes as Sol Chaminuka completes his instructions on his substitute. Caps United now enjoying more and more of the possession. Here's young Junior Bunjira. He loves going to the line, brings in a good looking cross. Taken down by Benyu, who guides it backwards here. Kept in play by Milanzi. And in the end, Watidzo averts the danger in a 1-0 situation, Joseph.
Yeah, Ian Bakala has played his card, and Dynamos coach Sol Chaminuka also playing his card. He's also bringing in Tatenda Chikona. For Dynamos.
Let's see who comes out when the substitutions are made.
They want to pull out Leroy Mavunga. I think Leroy Mavunga has done his shift. He is soon going to be called to the touchline to be replaced by Chikona.
Briefly confirming the substitutions, and there is Leroy Mavunga, just number 10, calls it a day. In comes just number 7, Tatenda Chikona, to see if he can find the second goal for Sol Chaminuka's side. This is his first match in Dynamo's colours, and the same goes for Ian Bakala, the Zambian, in charge of Caps United. Jalai finds support, turns away. Jalai again retained the pass. This is a beautiful move from Gimbare. They are moving forward with Jerimani, trying to get past his marker. This one again lost in the process. And Caps United fighting and fighting. And I must say, Telmo Pio has certainly kept the Dynamo's midfield intact. And this one is guided back to Odai as we confirm the substitutions. Odai taking his time. That's a bit dangerous. Benyu. Chikona. Kicked by Milanzi in a desperate bid to win the ball, and that will be a free kick to Dynamos. 12 minutes to the 90 as we take a second look at the incident. There's still some movements on the Dynamo's bench. We wait there for Ngwenya Ross. Tuchena, Raymond. Pio takes over. Clipping it through. Akeman tightly monitored. Does well to beat this marker, playing it into the area. Gwatidzo. Good return there from Milanzi to play the ball over. And Benyu out of the picture has gone down. And Odai calling on his defenders to move into the preordained positions. 1-1 the scoreline.
It seems Dynamo's coach wants to make another change in a space of 2 minutes. Why didn't you do the same changes? I mean, the two changes at the same time. Isn't that a disruption to your flow? Yeah, well, we see right now he's preparing Ransom Chingwara. Dynamo's preparing Ransom Chingwara to come in. We haven't seen who they want to replace. I think they are going to replace Jeremani. Jeremani is being called.
Jeremani, he was actually put into the starting lineup at the expense of Chingwara. Now Chingwara has got the opportunity to prove to Sol Chaminuka, the coach, that he should be in the starting lineup. Confirmation of the substitutions. What does this change tell us, Joe?
Yeah, well, I think bringing in Chingwara, he's an attacking midfielder. I think the coach wants more bite up front. What Dynamos have done so well, I think, defensively, I think they need now to find that key that unlocks the Cape United defense, which we must point out that Cape United have actually been leaking goals at the back, but today they've denied Dynamos of any opportunity to score any more goals. That's why Dynamos are still leading. Well, they still have one goal only. Their third goal in 12 games. Another substitution that is coming from Cape United.
Yes, Kundai Benyu
is out.
Couldn't make it. And it is going to be jersey number 13 for Cape United. Juan Utulza comes in. And Benyu, the goal scorer, calls it a day. But what a goal he scored. I mean, that one is fit to win any match in the world. Here comes the corner into the side, netting poorly taken. I don't think you need that at this stage for Dimbare. And Odai will take as much time as possible before dispatching this kick. The two Harare Giants, as we see the confirmation of the substitution by Cape United. Juan Mtuza comes in for Kundai Benyu. Nyawa complaining that he was hauled to the ground by Jaden Bakare. Here comes the Dimbare captain. Jalai. Pio loses possession. Jalai once again finding his goalkeeper Tafire Mutsa, who plays it to the near side for Shadrach Nyawa. Raymond Uchena looks very comfortable on the ball. It all depends on who you are playing against, but today I think Cape United gave him all the time. Nyawa looking for Chikona. Tatenda, ball breaks, and in comes into the center there. And what a tackle. What a tackle. Very close indeed, and that was a risky move. But he got it right. As Cape United tried to play the ball through. Chikona beaten to it. Pio. And in the end, Junior Bunjura tripped. So this will be free kick to Cape United in a 1-1 situation. The Harare Derby, I must say, has lived up to expectations. I'm sure Ian Bakala will agree with me. He played in so many of these during his playing days, turning out for the Green Machine. That's a good header away. Now Cape United with their captain, but the Dimbare captain stops him. It's played on the far side now, and the ball has gone out of play. The Dimbare players and fans not happy with that. Enasio Pereso. Sol Chaminuka takes a long look down the field to make sure that and again some missiles are raining from the far side from disgruntled Dimbare fans. This is very unfortunate. It's not necessary at all. Yes. You can voice your displeasure, but the throwing of missiles gives the game a bad name.
Yeah, it's uncalled for, Stanley. And more so, the contention being a throw-in. Not even a penalty, not even a goal, but a throw-in from a central position of the pitch where no danger can actually accrue. But fine, they are expressing themselves. It's one thing we don't need in the game.
Yes, indeed, we don't need that, as we see Alois Bunjira alongside his president Farai Jere, the man who owns Cape United. He's the former PSL chairman. And such scenes would have persuaded him to take punitive measures. And, the Dimbare captain going over, good gesture by the Dimbare captain Emmanuel Jalai. But I think the fans must still be responsible, men and women, to accept the referee's decision.
And so there was also a Dynamos marshal who was actually pleading with the Dynamos fans to say, guys, let's allow the game to continue. Let's not disrupt it. It's a good game of football this afternoon. Let's not cause any further disruption and allow play to continue.
As Kangwa takes a long throw, ball is headed away. Gwenya falls under challenge. Referee says free kick. It comes back to Perezu. Jalai turns away from his marker. Free kick quickly taken. Pio for Shadrach Nyawa, who clips it forward, aiming it towards Agyemang. He couldn't control. This one taken away. Pio in a contest with Jaden Bakari. Free kick to Caps United. And in the end, Chingwara picks up the ball, trying to delay Caps United from taking their spot kick, their free kick. There is the contest. And the free kick has been awarded. Now we wait for Jimmy Zingai. Backheader there, doesn't go very far. Eric Manokore now playing in a midfield role. Bamose. Dimbare. That one headed by Chungwara to Tereso. Agyemang. Full of running. And they got into each other's way, but the ref has given the free kick to Dynamos. I thought the two players blocked each other. And this, we believe, is a gentleman from the Swiss Embassy who's come here to enjoy himself. Yawa. Chingwara. Trying to shoot and turn. They got it horribly wrong. Luckily for him, it's still in the box. The shot by Jalai. The block comes in. Still Dimbara chasing every loop's ball. And in the end, he came from an offside position. Caps United can heave a huge sigh of relief. Dimbare looked like they were looking for the winner here.
That's Farai Jerry.
Oh, this is Piri, the former PSL chairman and owner. Yeah, next to him is 4 minutes left of play. Still a tussle for possession. Wunjira does well to keep possession. Milanzi to Shandirwa. Watizo takes it away. And in the end, it's played into touch by Ngwenya over Dimbare. 1-1 is the scoreline here. Watizo heads it in the wrong direction. And it's out for a throw to Caps United. 2 minutes to the 90. Milanzi to take the throw. Some fans now beginning to wonder whether we'll get a winner here. The chance for Caps United. Oh, blocked away. That was a good-looking shot from Bamusi, but it went straight to the goalkeeper, and he made a save. And finally, this one is guided all the way back to Matongo, who finds Milanzi. Long searching ball from him, headed away by Uchena. Dynamos just pumped it forward. Chingwara has done well to bring it down. It is getting away from Bruce Kangwa. Kimbari with the chance now to come through. And nobody home there. The effort, the idea was there, but of course the execution was poor.
Yeah, Ransom Chingwara. Yeah, well, he's trying to, I think he's trying too hard, you know, trying to force the result out of this game. And in process, he makes unforeseen errors. He's misjudged his pass. He was trying to thread through pass.
What is the... It's done well. Here is the captain, Jalai. This is marker. But again, the ball is taken away by Cape United. Shandirwa looks to queue up a shot and is brought down. That's a yellow for Chingwara. Free kick in a good-looking position. It's more or less the same position that Kundai Benyu scored from. Here it is. Oh, that was deliberate. Very deliberate.
We're going to see 4 additional minutes.
4 minutes of stoppage time as we hit the 90-minute mark. Shandirwa up on his feet. The Cape United fans full of voice. They think their team can get a second goal and pick up all 3 points. Confirmation of the yellow card on Rensam Chingwara. Jaden Bakaren Nyawa.
From this range, that's where you would expect Mpumelelo Zoa to come in and give you a belter of a ball, which will find the net somehow. Will Cape United give us a rewind of those days where we used to see deadly set-piece takers?
It will be very interesting because the man who could have done it picked up an injury, Kundai Benyu. He scored from that distance and he's now out. Let's see if Cape United have got somebody to do it. Eric Manokore behind it, and let's see how they will do it. Jimbare have got a 6-man wall, including the captain. So now,
you also think of Sitas Chimeza in that situation.
Yes, Chimeza had a sweet left foot.
Yes,
he could have done it, but it looks like Manokore is going to take the free kick. Eric Manokore. It's a good-looking one, and the goalkeeper has done well. Oh, that was a well-taken effort. Brilliant save from Prince Fremutsa, and a brilliant effort from Eric Manokore. 2 good pieces of football. That one was going to steal its way into the near post, and the goalkeeper did well to turn it round for a corner. Here comes the corner now, and the goalkeeper, and what is again, it's top of the out of play.
Matongo would have been the hero.
Definitely would have been the hero, but somehow his effort. Take a look at this one. The goalkeeper flicked it on, and the Dynamos defender, the captain, top poked it out of play. Here is the corner now to come from the near side. Second low, and it comes off Guenya. It's gone down, feeling the pain. Cape United will be taking the corner once again. They're all here expecting a better result, and it's headed in the wrong direction by Matongo, and this will be a Dimbare player, and they will heave a huge sigh of relief because they were under pressure. We have played 3 minutes of the 4 given by the referee. Well, some of them are enjoying themselves. They like the result, or they're just here to enjoy the action. Throw in by Jalai. Takes it long. Flicked. Picked up once again. Teo takes it away and clears the danger. Anyway, goes for Dynamos. Here's another chance now. It's taken away by Pereso. And Asio Pereso turns one way, looking for his captain, but decides against it. Brought down, and finally the referee blows to end the match here to Faro Stadium. 1-1 is the scoreline. Well, it's now the result. Dynamos getting that goal through a penalty taken by the captain Emmanuel Jalai, and then Cape United with a screamer of a shot into the top corner to make it 1-1 from Kundai Benyu.
Yes, Stanley, I think this was a good open game. For a neutral, it was an exciting game, open, end-to-end stuff. But it doesn't do well for the two teams that we're playing today because they are lurking in murky waters down the page 2 of the Premier Soccer League table. They would have wanted to collect all points. A 1 point for Cape United is not good enough. A 1 point for Dynamos is not good enough because they needed maximum point. So at the end of the day, the two teams will not be happy with the draw, but other teams around them will probably enjoy it. Teams like Triangle and Pepe United. So otherwise, in terms of the derby, they gave us the derby. They were fighting for the ball. They wanted to score, but the goals could not come. But at least the two goals that we got today are something to talk about, to take home about. A penalty by Jalai and a screamer by Kundai Benyu.
Oh yes, indeed. You can't fault the players for effort. They've done everything. Confirmation of the result. Full time. Dynamos through Emmanuel Jalai in the 53rd minute, and then Kundai Benyu in the 67th minute with a screamer of an effort, beating Prince Tafiremutsa to make it 1-1 indeed. As you can see, the players now congratulating each other from both sides, and even the coaches are on the field of play, just controlling their players, making sure that they accept the result. The Cape United fans still in full voice. What it looked like it was going to slip away for them, it's understandable to find them still celebrating at this stage because it looked like they were going to lose it in the 67th minute, but Kundai Benyu stepped up to make it 1-1 here. It will be interesting to hear from the coaches on how they saw this game here, pan out, because these are new guys in the seat. Ian Bakala and of course Saul Chaminuka. They both started today because the two teams changed their technical departments last week after a string of poor results that Joe was talking about. 5 defeats for Dimbare, and Cape United are not in any better position, only a point better than Dimbare, and they are still lying in the murky waters of relegation, and that's a thing no Cape United or Dimbare fan would like to see.
As it is now, Cape United are now on 10 points and Dynamos on 9 points because of the draw of the 1 point that they picked up respectively this afternoon. Not looking good for the two teams.
Yeah, certainly not looking good for both sides here, and I'm sure we will be going down to the touchline where I see that Saul Chaminuka is ready for the interview. Let's go down to the touchline and hear what Saul Chaminuka has to say.
So 1-0 turns at Rufaro. Coach Saul Chaminuka, 1-0 draw. Your thoughts about the match? Are you happy with the performance and the results being your first match?
I think I'm happy about the performance of the team. And yes, I would have wanted 3 points because we are at home. But fine, I saw a lot of positiveness looking at what we were doing at training. I want to think that our team kept sharp, and yes, we were very aware that they were going to using the long ball and then feed from the second ball, and so they did, and they scored. And I'm sure our boys, my boys, are a team that have learned we needed to have engaged and preventing, them taking direct shots at goal, because this is what we agreed on. But fine, it's a game of football. Sometimes you are slower and such things happen. But it's a good lesson. We'll see what happens as we go.
I know you didn't have much time to work with the team, but do you think you've got something to build upon?
Yeah, I think we have plenty to building on. And looking at how we completed our attacks, I think we can complete these attacks more convincing. And it's things that we can work on. And let's say, come the next game, we should be seen to be getting there and taking the shots, right? We took a few shots, and I thought we took them from too far. We need to get closer, and probably instead of hitting too hard, we're just passing the ball into the net.
Okay, lastly, coach, goals have been a problem. Today you managed to get one, albeit from a set piece.
I hope we will be scoring more from open play. And like I'm saying, that we took a number of shots from far off. And it's one thing that we need to continue to work in.
Thank you so much, coach, and better luck next time. So that was the Dynamos coach, Socha Minuka, getting a point in his first match, 1-0 draw against bitter rivals Cape United, and now waiting for the coach, that is Ian Bakala, the Cape United coach, who's supposed to be coming through for an interview, and I'll just get the coach for Cape United, Ian Bakala, has just come through. And Coach Bakala, 1-0 draw. Firstly, your thoughts on the match today?
Oh, thank you very much. It was a tough game. Games like this are very difficult, and I think we considered a goal where I could have at least content, which is, I think, it's understandable in the game of football. But I think the boys did well, and there are only a few mistakes where we could have done well, I think.
And 2 games in charge, how are you seeing your players adapting to your methods?
Well, I think there's an improvement. Looking at them after playing the other philosophy, there's a new philosophy, like we have seen. I think today it's a different program, but they'll get there. At least they're trying. It's very difficult for the players to change, but there's much improvement today. I think we created chances, and we just have to work on it.
Mm-hmm. And Coach, lastly, just getting through a derby like this, you've played many derbies as a player, but as a coach, how was it?
I know how it feels. These guys, I think they're just coming up, but a derby is always a derby. I've never lost to Dynamos when I was a player, but even now I wanted the win, because I know Dynamos, even if they're not playing well, but playing Capes, it's always it's like they were in the grave. You see, now they're waking up, but it's good, despite we wanted the win.
Thank you so much, Coach, and better luck next time.
Thank you.
That was Cape United coach Ian Bakala with his sentiments. It's back to the studio.
Right, you heard the 2 coaches, Madzibaba, Socha Minuka, pretty pleased with his team's performance, and Kabanana, Ian Bakala, the same, 1-1. And I think I must say that the derby, not coming to its fullness, full excitement of the past of the 80s, the 90s, the 10 of the millennium, but I think they gave us some good excitement. I think you'll agree with that. We've still got Jemba, Terence Malunga, and Chief Justice Majavi in the studio. Jemba, yes, not the exciting days of the past, but listen, we got some good excitement, I think.
No, it was evenly balanced. I mean, we saw what we were missing, especially from Dynamos. I thought today they had a little bit of character. That's probably they were lacking before, and that in itself is a positive for so. I mean, he was on point saying that they played pretty well, which I thought they did, and obviously for Bakala, I'm not so sure which couple of chances that were created by Caps. I heard him saying there were chances that were created. I saw a lot of shots from far field. Probably that was the strategy. Maybe those were the chances that he was alluding to. But I thought Caps didn't really come to the party, especially if we consider how they were playing a few of their games before. I thought probably the whole strategy in making up the team was off.
As we checking the highlights from this game, I think the second half very, very exciting. We saw the 2 goals in the second half. Of course, Dynamo Dimbare scoring through their captain Kapopi, Emmanuel Jalai, and of course Kundai Benyu giving us one of the top goals of this season. 5 goals we've watched now. As Chief Justice, we see the highlights there from the exciting second half?
Oh, I think it was better in the second half. It's where Dynamos pushed up really well, and they did very. Unfortunately, they don't have that power up front, but they tried by all means. Caps was always backpedaling, and there I don't know what happened, but I think the ref missed something. But it was all in all a good game. I think it's a good start for Socha Minuka. It's a good start for him, and maybe he can build from there. Try by all means. They're approaching the window in next few months. Maybe they can bring in the
See the penalty there, Chief Justice, just to enter. Well taken, a penalty by Kapopi.
Yeah, more composed, and I think Jalai is doing well. He himself is carried up. He is showing that he's a national team material, and day by day, week in, week out, he is improving. I think he deserves, the condolence he's getting. He's done so well.
Now look at this one. How is this for a classic? My word. Goal number 5 for top contender of the season. First, Ashwin Karengesha. Then, Jarison Selemani. We saw Michael Tapera, as we see it again. Then Nigel Martina. And now this one. 5 goals for contender of the season. And they loved it. Oh, well. But they did love it. Those that equalizer by Kundai Benyo. Wonderful. Well, we'd like to say thank you to the Caps United players. Should say the home team first. Thank you to the Dynamos players. Thank you to the Caps United players for giving us a glimpse of the excitement of that derby. Well, it just leaves me to thank our 2 experts. I must say they both got it wrong. Jemba had it 2-0 for Kepe. Chief Justice had it 0-0, so they both got it wrong. Remember, thanks so much, Jemba. Hope to see you
always
next
a pleasure.
time.
Always
All right.
a pleasure.
And Chief Justice, at least, you go home, we can go and have a drink.
Yeah, no, it's probably a nice day,
Right.
a good afternoon.
Okay.
It was, it was.
Smiling.
It was.
Chief Justice smiling. Well, thank you for watching, because you make our shows what they are. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV. From everybody from the ZBC TV sports crew, fronted by our producers, Tinashe Manyoni, Bevan Shenurai, and Stuart Shoriwa. Yes, we say remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.